Hello everyone, Parallel here, and welcome to Star Trek Online. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the new featured episode called Sunrise. This episode just came out as part of the Season 11 release, and I'm very much looking forward to doing this. This is the first episode that's really come out since the... here, let's pull it up here. This is really the first episode that's come out since the conclusion of the Iconian story arc, which has been running for a very, very long time. So this is really the first episode that has kind of a whole new plot and is kind of taking a new approach. It actually is supposed to be more about exploration, and it'll finally not be, wrapped up in a big overarching war storyline. So I'm very much looking forward to the change of pace that hopefully this episode will bring. I did enjoy the Iconian story arc. It was good. Particularly the last mission, kind of wrapped it up very nicely. So nothing wrong with that. I'm just looking forward to the change of pace and just for something different. I'm going into this totally blind. I haven't looked at any spoilers at all for this mission. I don't think I've even looked at any of the dev blogs. I really don't know much about this mission at all. So I will be going in totally blind, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Just real quick before we jump in, I am on my Klingon engineering character, joined Trill female character on the KDF side. I will be using, here's my gear just really quick. I'm not going to be doing a whole build here, just so you can see what I will be using in the mission. You can have an idea of how I'm equipped for the mission, what kits I'm running, and so on. I'm using the Iconian ground set, and then kind of my primary weapon here will be the Chronoton split beam rifle. This is a pretty nice little rifle. You get it from one of the Iconian story episodes, actually. So I did upgrade it to Mark 14, and I think all of my ground gear is upgraded. So that is what I'll be using there. For the space portion of this mission, I will be using my Kurak Battlecruiser T6, and you can see basically the gear I'm using here. So let's actually, before we jump in, I wanted to also mention one other thing, because Season 11 did just come out, and there were a lot of new features. One of those new features was the Admiralty system, and I went into a lot of detail in my last video on that. I'm not going to repeat that here. I just wanted to quickly show you that the missions that I started yesterday are now complete. And I collected 2 of them, but I wanted to show this particular mission here. This was one of the Tour of Duty missions, one of the epic missions as part of the Klingon Empire scenario. And I just wanted to show what the rewards were for this particular mission. And so you can see here, I did actually get lucky and crit on this mission. And it's not actually that much luck involved. If you... this mission actually had really low requirements, so as long as you slot some of your higher tier ships, you actually could get well over a 50 to 80 plus crit chance on this mission. But I did want to at least show it so you get an idea of what the rewards are for Admiralty missions. So far, I've actually been quite impressed. The rewards are quite good from these Admiralty missions. Even just the regular missions, even in the ones that aren't the Tour of Duty, were quite rewarding. Much more rewarding than duty officer missions. And that's great because, as you know, I have a lot of alts. Being able to do these missions on alts will really help help them to get some spec points. Because, in all honesty, I don't spend any time grinding on my alts, but I do log them in daily for DOF missions and now for Admiralty missions. And this will actually help. It'll help get them some spec points and actually make their XP bar move, unlike duty officer missions, which just don't do that. So you can see here on this character, I am level 60, and this is kind of one of my more primary alts. This is my primary KDF alt for sure. But you can see when I collect this mission, you can see the rewards here. It's going to give me, I can mouse over here too, 35,000 skill points. So that should take a nice chunk out of my XP bar. So just keep up an eye on my XP bar up top when I collect this. But you can see it also gives 2,000 campaign XP points, very good. 500 dilithium, and I got some pass tokens because this was a crit. All right, so just look up here. So my bar was right around there, a little over 3 bubbles in. Let's collect it. And there we go. Gave about a bubble and a half or so of XP. So that's pretty great, that is one of the Tour of Duty missions, which is, better, but even critting on some of the normal missions is going to give much, much better XP rewards. And it's just nice to actually make a little bit of progress towards yours, your specialization points. So I just wanted to show that. So the Admiralty system, I think, is a pretty good system. Certainly a very rewarding system. Yes, and actually, I do have a question for you all out there. Maybe someone in the comments can help on this. As you can see, I've gone through and I reclaimed all of my possible ships. I even went back and repurchased some of my lower tier ships just for nostalgia's sake. And since there's a dilithium sale going on right now, I did repurchase them, my tier 1 through 5 original ships that I had. But let me just scroll down here. What do you notice here? There's something missing, right? You can see in my entire roster of 21 ships, I only have one science ship, and that is the Breen Sarthelm. That's an event ship. Yeah, I'm in serious need of some science ships on the KDF side. So if anyone out there has some recommendations, particularly now while the dilithium sale is going on, I'll do a little bit of research myself. If I find a good one, I will maybe make a video about that. But if anyone has any ideas in the comments or wants to recommend a good ship, that would be very, very helpful. I'm sure a lot of other people out there on the KDF side are also having this problem. Even the Romulans, even KDF aligned Romulans have a few more options. I know there is, I think that the Hokona Warbird counts as a science vessel, and you can buy that with dilithium. So that is another option that Romulans get. But anyway, I digress. I just wanted to show the results of my first day of Admiralty missions, and there it is. All right, so let's not delay anymore. Let's get into this mission and check it out, and let's start it off here right now.
Heed the call of the warrior. Claim the honor due your family.
And yes, let's go.
Now that the Iconian War is over, it is time to rebuild the Empire.
Man, his voice
that
just changed.
Looking for new places to expand. On the edge of the Alpha Quadrant, near Ferenginar, our astrophysicists have noticed a star that is suddenly fading. They do not understand why it is dying, but they want more detailed information before the star goes out. They also say that there may be valuable resources to harvest from the system, so we should take this opportunity before the Ferengi do. I want you to prepare your ship for deep space exploration and head to this dying star. Discover anything that may be useful to the Empire.
Sounds good. I will accept. I do like this already. I do like kind of a mystery type mission. I do like being, going out to investigate what's going on here. I already like the vibe that I'm getting from this mission. So I'm going to close this window. I'm still having that issue with the jiggling wiggling tabs on some user interface windows. Hopefully they'll fix that. I know there is actually a patch coming out tomorrow, kind of a post patch after season 11. I'm hoping they do fix some of these UI issues. All right, here is my science officer. Let's see what he says. We've received instructions to pick up a stellar phenomena specialist, a Cardassian scientist by the name of Tenora Zuval. Okay. She's currently at Deep Space Nine. All right, let's go. We can beam her directly aboard from the station. Noted. We'll pick up the specialist when we reach Deep Space Nine. All right, let's go. Cardassian specialist, huh? Let's go ahead and get off this bridge. I'm kind of curious if this has anything to do with metaphasic shielding, because I'm just completely speculating here, but the Ferengi scientist was the original person to invent the metaphasic shield, and there is something going on with a star, and that's what metaphasic shielding is supposed to allow ships to do, to enter a star. So, just a little bit of a theory of mine. I'm very curious to see if it does have anything, if that comes into play at all. Maybe it won't. What am I doing? Why don't I just transwarp there? As you probably know, one of the nice things about featured episodes is that the transwarp is free. and no cooldown as well. So it's always nice to have a featured episode running, because it's always a free transwarp to wherever that particular mission is. And very often those missions are, you know, close to like the Solanae Dyson Sphere or the Delta Quadrant, so they're usually in very handy locations. Let's see where this one put us. This one put us way, yeah, in the Ferenginar sector, so way up in the middle of the Alpha Quadrant. Interesting. Actually, and I don't think that's where we need to be, is it? We need to be at Deep Space Nine. That's kind of funny. Yeah, because the first step in the mission is we were supposed to go to Deep Space Nine to pick up this Cardassian specialist. So yeah, let's go ahead and speed it up with our quantum slipstream here. Head over to DS9. Yep, I don't have any idea how long this mission is either. So I will, you know, as I do my mission playthroughs, I always like to, you know, read all of the text and enjoy the actual storyline, at least for the first playthrough, and I will of course do that here. All right, where are you, Deep Space Nine? All right. I was a little disappointed to see that they didn't revamp Deep Space Nine at all with this particular season. Although they did mention, I believe, that they do want to, you know, revamp DS9, the interior of the station, as part of a future effort. Oh, okay, we can do it from here. Beam up specialist.
Thank you for the pickup. I'm Tenora Zuval. Let's get started. My preliminary observations show some kind of unknown stellar problem. This unexplored system near Ferenginar is undergoing solar death. Basically, it's as if the star is going out suddenly, but there's no good reason why. We need to get close enough to take some readings and see what we can figure out.
I see. Helm, depart from Deep Space Nine, remain... Oh, yeah, let's depart. Sounds interesting. I wonder if that means the star is going supernova or just winking out. I wonder what's happening there. Okay, well, let's not have to fly all the way back. We can go ahead and transwarp right back there. Very good. Alright, so let's get into it here. And let's find out what's going on with this star. It looks like kind of a blue giant star, actually. And I believe that's where they got the... Oh, that looks very cool. It's exactly what they used on the login screen, the new login screen. I like it a lot. It has a very cool surface effect there. You can kind of see, you know, all of the, you know, the magnetic field lines and all of the cool plasma, you know, broiling at the top of the surface of the star. You can see some like solar flares going off too. Very cool. I do like that star model they used. Okay, let's see what we've got to do here. We arrived in system about 0.5 AU from the star, sir. Still no indication of what's causing the stellar decay. Detecting only gas giants in system. No gas giants in system. There's more than one. Ooh, look at that. There's like streamers of stellar material coming out. Wow, that's so cool. They did a nice job on this. Yeah, nice job, cryptic artists. Very good. Too bad more systems don't look like this. No sign of rocky planets other than the occasional moon for those Jovians. But there's a Jupiter-sized planet? Okay, whatever. Yeah, gas giants, no signs of other rocky planets. Only, yeah, so they must all just be Jovian-sized planets here. Okay, well, we're a little outside of the optimal range. We could probably get a better resolution in sensors if we nudged a few kilometers closer. All right, let's move closer. I see an optimal scan point up here. I'm actually kind of curious if there's any combat at all in this, if it really is truly an exploration mission. Maybe there is no combat. I guess we'll find out.
Getting swamped with solar radiation. Try reducing the gain on your sensors.
Okay, narrow EM band.
Initial results don't make any sense. The star's core reactions are failing, but it still has so much mass that it should be conducting fusion. It's as if it suddenly decided that it was no longer going to do hydrogen fusion, just heavier fusion processes.
Let's see. Let's collect some stellar particles and see if we can find any clues with a more detailed analysis. I don't know. I wonder... Hope someone didn't throw, like, the Toxu Tet in there.
This kind of matter is ejected during corona events. We should be able to collect some with your ship's ram scoops if we head to one of the ejection zones.
Ram scoops. Is that like a buzzard collector? We'll set up a plot of locations where we can take samples. Okay, so it looks like we'll have to fly around to some waypoints here. Okay, that is a lot of waypoints. Let's see, where should we start? Here we go. Oh, it's a minigame. Of course, exploration would have a minigame.
Results are coming in now. This still isn't making any sense. It's as if the star's life cycle was suddenly accelerated somehow. But it never went through an expansion cycle. There's no good explanation for this yet. Maybe something else in the system caused it.
Okay. What if this phenomena affected other bodies in the system as well?
If this is system-wide, we should find evidence of similar problems, with nuclear and chemical reactions in the system's gaseous bodies. There's a large amount of gaseous stellar matter further from the star. We should have no trouble checking that hypothesis.
Okay, let's set a course for the next closest body in the system. This is one of the Jovian planets they were mentioning. Looks like it. A ring planet.
This is very strange. Usually nebulae are massive clouds between star systems. Finding a micronebula in system like this is quite rare.
What's going on with my shields?
This may be the result of an event such as a cosmic stream, shearing through a gas giant and turning it back into particulate matter. I'll need some more readings to know for certain.
A cosmic string, okay. Determine the best place to scan for information. Oh, looks like there's no VA for this part. Okay, all the particulate matter will make your ship's sensors unreliable beyond a few telecams. Oh, they're actually using telecams. Cool. I wonder if that's only for KDF officers. And shields will be offline. Okay, that must be what's going on to my shields. But it keeps coming back online. What's going on? Is that my hot restart on... Is it my Iconian shields that does that? I think I have something that does try to hot restart shields. The best we'll be able to do is check a small area... check small areas until we get close to something unusual. We should head to where the deionized particle density is highest. Use your scanner's default key V to find anomalous particles in the nebula. Okay, switch to short-range scanners. If you lost or disoriented, press the V key to locate this. Haha, we haven't had to use... I haven't had to use V, the normal sensors in space for a long time. I think we're on target here. I don't know how far it is. Oh, I can't use full impulse either. Okay. Here we go. Reading deionized particles, icy fragments trace amounts of inert materials, picking up some low-level distortion, probably from impulse engines. Other ships may have been here recently. Uh-oh. Ferengi, perhaps? Keep searching. If there's another ship here, we should see if they know anything. I like that planet in the background. Readings indicate agitated particles and trace heat. Residual trail from impulse engines. Reading an energy surge. Something's headed this way. Uh-oh. Tholians. This ain't good.
Data is coming in now. Nothing unusual coming in from the nebula, but those Tholian ships were quite far from home. Unfortunately, they can't give us answers. Looks like there's some heavy
Yeah, I don't take
ionization on
prisoners.
the
Come
far
on.
side of the nebula, though. As if it's receiving some kind of reflected radiation from one of the gas giants.
Okay, let's set a course. Oh, I guess we'll go right there. Nice. Already liking some of these great scenery in this mission here. Looks like we've got some more enemies floating around here. Is that? I'm not sure what that is yet. Can't make it out. It's too dark. There's a large asteroid ring around this gas giant, sir. We are reading a few metallic asteroids and some low-level radiation. Maybe some additional clues, but nothing concrete. There's a lot of small debris moving at high speed here. Nothing we can't clear up with our weapons, but we'll just need to make sure not to miss. So it looks maybe we gotta destroy some of these. Where'd that enemy go? Helm, stand by for evasive maneuver. Set course for the largest radioactive asteroid. In retrospect, I probably should have put... am I on advanced difficulty? Oh, darn it. I'm on normal. Yeah, in retrospect, I probably should have put it on advanced. I do like to do that. Although combat is not... Oh, it's just an asteroid. What the heck? I want to destroy that asteroid. Come back here. Oh, it's too fast. Boom. There we go. It's pretty cool. So they actually have this like random asteroid chunks flying around. And they're actually targetable. Huh. I feel like I'm playing Asteroid on the Atari 2600. If only they like broke up into smaller pieces. Actually, I think they did do that on one mission, didn't they? The Night of the Comet. They had those comets that break up into smaller pieces. That reminded me of asteroids as well. Alright, so let's scan this. Let's see, an asteroid is mostly silicates with a few small deposit of iron and magnesium. Nothing particularly special. Alright, let's move on. So can these asteroids like actually hit you? The asteroid has some zinc, copper, and cobalt, plus traces of tungsten and mercury. A bit uncommon, but it doesn't give us any clues. Okay. Let's head over to this next one here. Well, that moon... That looks like it has a civilization on it there. Doesn't it? It looks like cities or something. Let's see. Large amounts of nickel, some titanium, uranium, and lots of silicon. Here's something interesting, sir. This asteroid has been excavated. Along one side, it looks like someone used primitive mechanical probes to crack part of the asteroid and remove some of it. Low-grade warp signature? Nothing sophisticated, but something has been here, but probably not with the kind of technology that could explain stellar problems. Let's get closer to the gas giant and its moons and see if we can find any other clues. How about this moon that looks inhabited? Maybe, perhaps? Oh, and there's the star really far away. Cool. Oh, that is such a cool... Let me take a screenshot. That is cool. Like the asteroids in front of the star. Cool, I like that a lot. On scenery alone, I'm about to give this mission a high rank. Alright, so plotting an optimal location for scanning the gas giant and its moons should be on display now. Okay. This is interesting. We're picking up several moons around this gas giant, and some of them are habitable. Dahar Master, I'm picking up comm traffic. One of these moons is inhabited. Yep. Cool. Why didn't we pick this up outside the system? There are thousands of background signals in space, sir, many of the civilizations we haven't encountered yet. Since a preliminary long-range scan of this system showed no Class M or L planets, it seemed that nobody thought it would be inhabited. Our computers just classified these signals as ambient background until we were right on top of the transmitters. Universal translator is updating now. Any signs of a starship? A few orbital facilities, significant industrial infrastructure, 8 billion inhabitants. Wow. So that's, yeah, pretty solid civilization going there. Sir, I'm picking up a few low-power warp trails, nothing the size of a starship, maybe a handful of probes. There's evidence that we've come across an early warp-capable civilization here. Yellow alert. The species may be useful client species for the Empire? Client species? That sounds like they're hinting at something there. Maybe more than a client. Okay, prepare for more detailed scans.
Greetings, unknown vessel. This is Administrator Kumar K. Please provide identification.
This is Dahar Master Mara of the IKS Kane. I am a representative of the Klingon Empire.
Welcome
Prepare
to
to die.
Lucari. Visitors here are rare, but we're always
I added that part.
gratified by the chance to meet and exchange information with travelers. I regret that you have arrived at a difficult time. You may have noticed that our home star has become unstable. I'm leading a project to try to reignite the star. Unfortunately, we've already suffered severe disruptions, and we have a lot of problems to tackle right now.
Interesting. Some kind of new species here. You've had visitors of other species? Or we noticed a problem with your star. We came to investigate why this is happening. Let's do this first one.
Yes, we've previously had contact with the Zenkethi and the Ferengi. We've heard a bit about the Teferi and the
Zenkethi?
Breen, but they haven't ever been to our system. Our home world provides for all of our raw material needs, along with a few mining outposts around the asteroids and the gas giant. We've never had a compelling need to engage in space exploration. And now that our sun is going out, we're scrambling everything we've got to see if we can find a solution or a way to evacuate at least a few of our people.
Interesting. If the Ferengi and other species knew about this planet, though, why wouldn't that be part of, Federation or Klingon databanks? Seems like they would have known. We noticed the problem with your star. We came to investigate. That was a previous option. This is a new option here. As a representative of the Klingon Empire, I'm here to offer you the opportunity to join the greater glory of the Empire as a client state or ally. Why don't we talk about the star first? Hopefully the other option will
These
still be there.
problems started only recently, just a few days ago. Our astronomers noted a significant shift in the star's output, and now it looks like it's guttering and dying. If we can't solve this problem, it's the end of our species. I'm the project leader for our solar probe team. We're going to try to restart fusion with a quantum chromodynamic accretion burst, but honestly, this is a colossal problem, and it may be beyond us.
Okay, my ship is part of a larger fleet. We have advanced technology, and we may be able to assist you.
We have a solar probe ready that contains the booster module that needs to be fired into the star. It's capable of warp 2. There's a problem, though. The probe's remote navigation systems don't work. All of the interference from the solar flaring and guttering is blocking the signal. Could your ship get a trajectory plot so that we could set a pre-programmed course?
Yeah, we'll look into it, and we can use our astrometric computer to build a plot. I didn't get to try. I wanted to see if it would join the Empire. I should have chosen that option, dang it. I hate it when options go away. Adjust trajectory, display trajectory plot. What adjustments do you want to make to the trajectory, sir? 1.1 should be an elevation of negative 8,850 to current 10,000. So it's currently at negative 10,000, and I want it to be at negative 8,500, so let's move it up. Okay. Point 2 should be at an offset of negative 9.4, and is currently at that. Okay, so let's move for second point. Okay. Done adjusting for now. Display path. Oh, that's cool. Oh, nice.
We're getting your telemetry now. I'll have my engineers prepare the probe. Let's see if this works. Nothing to worry about, just the future of my planet.
Okay, we'll hold position until you launch the probe. Why don't we just carry the probe right to the star and shoot it in for him? Alright, so there goes the probe.
Engaging secondary boosters to head out of planetary range.
I don't think I'll be able to catch that. Yeah, it's going way far. The next one's 80 kilometers away. The probe's...
It's gone to warp.
Okay, went to warp. The probe's engines are full. Burn.
The probe is arriving at the solar corona. Deploying chromodynamic booster. No effect. It didn't work. Repeat. Well, it didn't work. That was our one shot. Thank you for trying to help. I'm not sure what to try next. Maybe we can evacuate a few people. I'm not going to give up. But the situation is grim. If your people can offer any other help, we would welcome it. But I just don't see a way to relocate 8 billion people in the next few hours.
Yeah, then it's not happening. Let's see. We are not necessarily out of solutions. We might still be able to find a way to reignite the star. Sir, an unknown vessel is entering the system. Small, but we can't get a reading through the hull. Readings are very strange from this ship. Can't get a read on the interior at all. Let's approach this thing. Whoa, it's tiny. What is this thing? Doesn't look like anything. Looks like an escape pod or something. Okay, let's hail him.
My name is Caldano. Looks like I've arrived at the perfect time. I'm here to help with the problem with this star. I'm a scientist, and I have some specialized knowledge that can help.
Okay, am I just supposed to trust this guy? We still don't know what caused this. Your timing is suspicious. I need a reason to trust you. Yeah, definitely.
If my plans were sinister, I'd just leave and let the star run its course. That I'm here and offering to help should be an indication of good faith.
Yeah, not
You
necessarily.
think this is some kind of trick? Well, there's not much I can tell you there. But if you want to meet and talk about this, I'm willing to do so.
Yeah, I need some additional assurances here.
With apologies for the interruption, this is my home star. My people are the ones at risk here. If you have some way to reverse this process, my people should be involved.
Yeah, how do we know this guy didn't just set it up and he's going to try to hustle you or something? Agreed, since there's no other solution have presented themselves, we should at least hear him out. Yeah,
All
okay.
right, I'm willing to do so, but it will take me a little while to get a shuttle out there. As you might imagine, things are a little hectic over here right now.
Yeah, don't worry, we don't need a shuttle. Yeah, we can just beam you up.
You won't be able to get a lock on my ship interior due to the subspace manifolds. I'll go ahead and bring you aboard.
That's not good. So what if we need to be beamed out? Alright. And it looks like I'll... Did I never reset my ground? My ground abilities here. Yeah, that looks good. But yeah, this is not right. That should be strategic analysis. This should be take cover. Those two are fine. That should be deploy tripwire. Anything else I need to change here? Overwatch 3. Okay. So yeah, this looks like it's set up how it was. Alright. Let's go ahead and beam down here. Find out what the heck this guy is all about.
Welcome aboard. I'm Cal Dano.
You moved me here without crossing the intervening space. You have quantum teleportation technology.
Yes, we call it a transporter. It has a limited range, but it's useful for going from surface to ship.
Impossible! This ship's interior is massive, even though it's no bigger than a shuttle.
My ship uses compactified subspace folds. It's bigger on the inside.
Okay. What's going on here? This guy has pretty advanced technology. Right now we have bigger issues to handle. That's right. And did one of my officers have their tribble out? That looked really weird. She had like a tribble poking out of her arm. But, alright, so let's just looking around here. This is a very new looking design. I don't think I've ever seen an interior like this before. So let's see what we've got to do here. Discuss plans, talk to Kumarka, and there's Keldan over there. Alright, let's just talk to Kumarka.
This is all quite overwhelming. This Caldano person is another stranger from somewhere else. And you're here to help with our dying star?
Yeah. This guy, I don't trust this Caldano guy. He's got to be from the future. Or something. Something's going on. Or a very advanced species. Yes, we came to investigate the star, and now we're involved.
Oh. Yes, I suppose I can see how a star suddenly dying might attract someone's attention.
The Klingon Empire is also quite interested in knowing more about your people. We always welcome strong allies.
It's an odd coincidence. We'd probably never have met if it weren't for the trouble with the star. My people have never really had any desire to go exploring out there. We've sent a few probes and met a couple of neighbors, but we're happy at home, and we have what we need, so why risk it? I guess this crisis answers that question. The galaxy is bigger than us, and to survive, we need to look past just our homeworld.
Okay, so basically they've become complacent. My people are warriors with a proud tradition. We do not shrink from danger or from confronting problems directly. Yeah, that's right, you should join the KDF. Don't join those pussy Federation losers.
It sounds like you have a lot of experience in meeting other kinds of people. Maybe if we survive this, we can take the chance and learn more about each other. To talk about what we might have in common and what we have to offer.
I'm sure that my people want open relations. Your experience here will make you a natural choice to participate in those discussions, okay?
What can I do to help? My home is at risk. I want to do something. To be involved in solving this problem.
Alright, so let's see our options here. Stay with me. You can see how we study and solve these problems. Stay with Caldano in this ship so he can probably explain it best. Wait here. It'll be safer and less risky. This is going to be a delicate process. I'm not going to tell her to go with Caldano. I don't even trust that guy. Stay with me. Alright, Caldano time.
Welcome to my ship. Don't be alarmed. This vessel is from the 31st century.
Yeah, I knew
and has
it.
some technology you may not recognize yet. I can assure you, though, that I'm here to help.
Uh-huh. that explains why I wasn't able to scan through the interior of your ship. Yeah, that reminds me in some of the Star Trek episodes, Next Generation. I remember when that one guy, I can't remember the name of that episode, darn it. But that one guy who stole a ship from the future and took it to the Enterprise to try to steal technology from the Enterprise. They couldn't scan inside that ship either, so apparently maybe these future ships have some sort of blocking technology. So yeah, that explains why I wasn't able to scan through your ship's hull, or how you were able to have technology to repair a dying star.
Correct. I'm associated with a temporal division of, well, let's just say that I'm an ally from the future, and I'm here to save the Lucari star.
Yeah, wouldn't this change the time stream? I've had enough of that recently, that's for sure.
No, I'm trying to prevent changes. Someone's tampered with this star. It's not supposed to die out here. The Lucari don't disappear today. At least not if we have any say in it. I have some technology that can help, but we'll need to rework it in order to repair the star's fusion processes. What I need you to do is to help me align this matrix to match the star's original spectrum.
Interesting. So I gotta use some consoles here. It looks like another little mini game, but let's see what he says. Can you explain in more detail?
This matrix can adjust quantum induction fields, but restarting stellar processes isn't its normal use. This task should be simple. Go to each console and adjust the intensity of each color spectrum in the mix. When you have the right mix, the matrix on the center console should match the original color of the star.
All right,
I'll regulate the device's main power state from this console.
All right, let's see how this little mini game here works. Adjust the blue spectrum. All right, so we need to get a wavelength of 450 to 495 nanometers. This looks like a very easy mini game. I was thinking it's going to be like that Simon Says mini game in the Solanae Dyson Sphere episode, where you had to have the different color patterns. Okay, blue wavelength range. So let's decrease. Okay. Ooh, pretty. So now it's glowing blue. Sir, while scanning, I got some data on Caldano, and it's a little surprising. He seems to be a hybrid human and Vulcan with a small amount of DNA from the people of this world. Ah, that's why. He's got a little vested interest here. If these people die out, he probably ceases to exist. Apparently, at some future date, these people, the Lucari, have a strong tie with the rest of the galaxy. Interesting. So he's not just protecting his planet, he's protecting his own ancestors from annihilation, yep. This actually means he's probably more reliable. Yeah, maybe. It's a little bit comforting, I suppose, since he's just acting out of self-preservation at this point. Alright, let's adjust the red spectrum. Yep, and red does have a higher wavelength, or longer wavelength, I guess would be a better... Oops, what am I doing? Decrease. Why is decrease on the top? Okay, well.
Sounds like whoever
Shouldn't
tried
blue
to
and red be
destabilize
purple?
the Lucari star has decided to come knocking. Let's see who. They're packing a real wallop. Shields just went down. We have incoming.
Okay, weapons ready. We prepare for boarders. Oh. Who is it? Tholians? Yep. Of course. Here, Tholians. Have some of that. Have some of that. Have a orbital death ray. What the heck? Tholian stasis drone. No. He locked me in. Quick allies, kill him. Good job. Go get him, orbital beam.
I have the device shielded in a force field, but I can't deploy it until these Tholians are out of the way. Shields are back online.
Here, have some content.
They shouldn't be able to get any more boarding parties over.
Let's throw out some crystalline spike. So far, so good. Is that it? All my mines went up here on the railing. That's pretty funny. Alright, Caldano.
We've got a breather. Now I just have to charge the device and prepare it for use. In just a few minutes, it'll propagate a quantum wave shift that should correct the star's stalled fusion process. You should head back to your ship, and I'll send the administrator back home.
Okay, that was easy, I guess? Wasn't too bad. Yeah, I do wish I put it on advanced, but oh well. This is supposed to be about exploration, right? I wasn't looking for a huge combat challenge from this mission.
The device is charging. We're just a few minutes away from repairing the star.
That stasis drone was a little bit of a challenge. I could see that particular fight there with the two waves being a little bit hard on some of the higher difficulties.
The device is charging.
Give us the talks, mutant.
Oh, dude, Taxute, I was right. Am I right? It's from the future. Star is suddenly losing its fusion.
You will surrender the talks you have, or you will be destroyed.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
One more time. Rejuvenate the star.
Oh, crap. Bonfire at will, do your thing, get rid of those nodes. He's tracking me. Oh, a new Herald lockbox. Good old Tholians. Most enemy groups seem pretty easy after fighting Heralds for so long. Heralds have so many disables and all kinds of nasty effects they do. Oh yeah, fire at will. Get rid of all those Tholians. They trapped Caldano's ship instead of mine. That was nice. Ooh, entertainment provisions. Always like those. Let's cloak up just in case, but... Ooh, yep. Let's get rid of this Orb Weaver.
Firing in 3 seconds.
Alright, let's do this.
Activating the Rejuvenator.
Oh, that was weird. What is it hitting?
It's working. Look at the star. Check the spectral readings. The fusion process is reigniting, and it's returning to normal.
It looked like it was hitting something nearby. I don't know, maybe I wasn't quite looking at that right. It was a little odd. Okay, shooting it. I guess it is supposed to be going all the way to the star. Alright, so it's working. Readings are stabilizing. The shockwave should be barely noticeable by the Lucari.
Some of those ships have just arrived at our home system. They're attacking our homeworld. We don't have any way to repel starships like this. Please help us.
Alright, so... yeah, I wonder why the Tholians are interested in this species. Alright, Tholians, you're not going to take them out. They want to join the KDF. Let's take out these mesh weavers. Good old fire at will.
Tholians have managed to get my ship in a web. I need your help.
Ooh, a recluse. Haha. Hopefully they don't have a tarantula. Try Cobalt device. Uh-oh. Oh, don't die, Caldano.
It's stolen my quantum phase inhibitor.
No. Warped out before we can take it out. That's not good.
Thanks for the save, but the Tholians managed to steal the Tox Uthot while they had my ship webbed. That must have been their plan all along. My data suggests the Tholians use a trilithium warhead to destabilize the star, but the amount of resources needed to build such a weapon makes it inefficient to say the least. No, I suspect somehow they knew I would come here to save this star, and I would bring the Tox Uthot.
Interesting.
Fortunately, the Lucari star is safe. However, nobody else will be, as long as the Tholians have that device. They could use it to snuff out or destabilize stars anywhere they want.
So now the Tholians got themselves the Toxutat. That's not good. How many Toxutats are there? Didn't Picard destroy it at the end of that one episode? By the way, that was a fantastic episode in TNG with the Toxutat. It was with Vash, one of Picard's love interests, and that was an amazingly very funny episode and a cool little side plot as well. Yeah, that was a fantastic episode. I love TNG. Let's see. We'll have to get it back from them somehow, but that means we'll have to figure out their next target.
I have some thoughts on that, but I will need to do some calculations. These events, and the Tox Uthot itself, are tied up in the temporal Cold War. The Tholians may not care, but by using the Tox Uthot, they risk distorting the timeline by wiping out civilizations that are supposed to survive into the future, such as the Lucari. I'll be in touch. At least now the Lucari will have a promising future.
Understood, so we might see more of this guy.
You have preserved our future. My people will be forever grateful. Not to mention my personal gratitude, of course. I think we have a bright future ahead of us, if you'll forgive my play on words. I am eager to see where it leads. Thank you once again.
Okay, my people will contact you again. Come on, you still gotta join the KDF. We have many matters to discuss.
I wish I could ask you about your science, your trade, your society. Well, I suppose there will be time for all of that now that our crisis has been averted. Won't there?
Looks like Caldano is just flying around in circles. That must be his little celebration dance there. The Empire will send ships soon to evaluate your world and steal your evaluate your technology. And we will have many opportunities to find a place of honor with us.
Oh, I think our friend the administrator here is going to need a ride home. Would you mind? If you'll pick her up and take her home, I'll start looking for more data about the Tholians' plans.
Okay, we will rendezvous with you shortly. Okay, transport over the administrator. Oh, and there he goes.
I have collected an amazing amount of information about what happened to this star. Thank you for bringing me along. Once we're back in Allied space, I'll take a shuttle home.
Okay. Interesting. She didn't seem to do much. She didn't say anything about the Toxotat or anything. Alright, well, I guess that was it. Goodbye to the administrator. I guess they didn't really say anything, but okay, it seems the first contact with Lucari has gotten off to a reasonable start. Now we just have to hope that the Tholians show up again with that Toxotat, and we can stop them from doing anything disastrous. We are ready to leave the system on your orders, sir. Alright. You've completed all the objectives? Alright, let's head out, and let's check out the rewards. So that was pretty cool. I like it. Pretty simple mission, enjoyable, lots of good scenery to take in. And it definitely is an opening to the next plot here. It definitely has to do with the Toxotat and the Tholians. That's cool. I like that. So it looks like they have kind of two separate plots going on with this season. They have the Mirror Universe plot, which is more involved with the invasion of Deep Space Nine, and then they have this Tholian plot, kind of a side plot. Makes me wonder if they are interconnected in some way. Maybe in the future they will tie them together, but right now it just seems like two separate plot lines going on. But yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. That was a lot of fun. Not a whole lot of combat there, but a couple little mini games. Yeah, and back to fighting the good old traditional Tholians. And there was one recluse in the mission. But yeah, I mean, you know, with my gear, the normal mode is pretty easy, so I should have put it to advanced to get a little bit more of a challenge. I'd recommend that to other players out there if you are looking for more challenge. Definitely crank it up to advanced. I think it would have been just about right on advanced. All right, let's hail command here and take a look at the rewards.
Finding a new species, especially one with warp technology, is a welcome event. Though we know little about them now, we will test their mettle and determine whether they will make worthy clients of the Empire. Our scientists will review your findings regarding this Tox Uthot. It is far too powerful a weapon to be left in the erratic talons of the Tholians.
Yeah, that was a pretty elaborate plot by the Tholians there, just to destabilize a star just to bring someone from the future to get their hands on a Toxutot. Then again, I mean, in that TNG episode, the Toxutot, there was a different race that was also searching for it for their own nefarious purposes. They were posing as like security officers from the future. They were trying to obtain the Toxutot, and Picard sort of discovered them, or figured that out, and then they destroyed it. So I guess there must be another Toxutot out there, or maybe multiple of them. That's interesting. I wonder what's going on with that in the future, where there's more of these devices laying around. All right, but yep, here is the rewards. Quantum Phase Torpedo. I'm definitely going to pick that up. That is the set piece. Looks like you can also get generic Mark 12 weapons, dual phaser beam banks. Definitely good if you're new level 60 and you just want to start out with some decent weapons. Can't go wrong with dual beam banks, phasers. And then here are the other rewards that will be coming out. I believe it is a 3-piece set bonus, right? So you get the Quantum Torpedo one that I'm going to get right now. You can get the Universal Console and the Quantum Phase Beam Array. I did check these out in my previous video, but let's take a look at them here too, just so people might be curious. So the Quantum Phase Torpedo Mark 12. This is basically looks like pretty much an average quantum torpedo, except it has a slightly different proc effect where it will, to foes, do 921 damage to all shields within a 2-kilometer radius, so kind of has an explosive shield draining effect. And high yield torpedoes increase the radius to 4 kilometers. So if you're going with a torp build with high yield, this might be a decent torp. If you're doing quantum torpedoes. Quantum Phase Converter. This is the Universal Console, and it has 20% bonus phaser damage, 3 aux power, and 30 flow caps. That's nice if you're running a plasmonic leech, and it gives hot restart to your aux powers. That's kind of cool. I like this console. I don't know that I would replace any of my current consoles, but certainly if you have a free slot open, and if you're using phaser damage in particular, if you got a phaser build, this is nice since it is a universal console. You could put it in a science or engineering slot and still get that bonus phaser damage. And it's not quite as high as what not quite as high as what you'd get from like a tactical console, but still you get to put it in another slot, so that's good. And then you also can get the Quantum Phase Beam Array. And unfortunately it says you can only equip one of these on a ship, so you can't really can't stack like a full array of these, but it also has a slightly different proc. It's basically a phaser array, but it has an additional effect where it has 2.5% chance to drain 921 from enemy shields and restore your shields. So it's kind of like a little mini shield heal from shooting it. Only 2.5% chance, so might not happen that often, especially since you only have one. You can only equip one of these. If you had a full 8 beam arrays of these, then that proc might be a lot more impressive. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And it looks like you can also get a dual heavy cannon version of that if you want. So you can get dual heavy cannon or the beam array. All right, but oops, I'll definitely be getting the quantum phase torpedo. Let's collect the
Serve
reward.
the Empire well.
Yes. Let's take a look at it. Oh, that's right. And it gets, yeah, since this is a featured episode, you get your, you get a free spec point. Cool. And yes, you can actually, this is bound to count. You can trade this box to other characters. So once a week, you can get this once a week for while the featured episode is running. You get the bonus. You can either get a spec point or one of those enhanced tech upgrade modules. I definitely recommend the spec point, unless you're maxed out on spec points. But yeah, let's get info on this. I do want to see what the set bonuses are here, because this is a 3-piece set. So let's see. Set 2 bonus is phase transfer optimizations. 15% accuracy. Yeah, I guess it's okay. Doubles the potency of quantum phase weapons. Shield drain. Okay. Doubles the potency of quantum phase high yield torpedo. Shield heal. So it kind of buffs that additional proc that you get from the quantum phase weapons, that shield effect. The 3-piece set bonus, quantum destabilizing beam, 10 max targets foe, 180 degree targeting arc, 10 kilometer range, 2-minute recharge, 2 target, 0 phaser damage per second for 10 seconds, 2 foe, -2 all power subsystems per second, -2 self, 2 power to all subsystems. Ah. Skills that affect this, flow caps probably helps the drain, and then the particle generator exotic damage. So it's affected by particle gen. I wonder if this has some possibilities in a science build. 2-minute recharge is a little bit of a limitation, but hits 10 target. It looks like it has 180 degree targeting arc, so it's kind of like a cone in front of you, hitting 10 targets, draining power, giving it to you. That could really help all of your power to your subsystems. And 0 phaser damage per second. It says 0 phaser damage. It must do some phaser damage. I'm not quite sure what it scales with, but I'm out here in sector space, so it's probably not actually showing the number. But that number would be important. A little bit of testing on this, you know, and see what kind of exotic damage it actually does. I like that though. Could be interesting, especially if you're not running a. I wonder what the duration is too. Doesn't say the duration, but it says for 10 seconds. So maybe it lasts for 10 seconds, for as long as the damage portion is going. Could be. So if it did last for 10 seconds out of every 2 minutes, that's not super great. Hopefully the power drain lasts a little bit longer than that. Because I was thinking this could be really helpful for people who don't have a plasmonic leech. You know, all power to all of your subsystems is a very beneficial thing. And but if it's only 10 seconds out of every 2 minutes, it would not be that great. But if it lasted a little bit longer than that, maybe 30 seconds, that would be pretty sweet. Pretty sweet 3 set bonus. Okay, not bad. Some possibilities there, maybe with like an exotic damage type build. Using quantum torpedo or phasers seem to synergize well with this set. Definitely need to see some numbers on that after, you know, a few weeks, once everyone has the 3-piece set. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it ends up, see if it's worth it. All right, guys. Well, that is a look at the new featured episode, Sunrise. I liked it a lot. I very much enjoyed the new tone of the mission. It did seem to be more focused on exploration, not a whole lot of combat. Got to meet an interesting new species there, and it looks like there's more temporal shenanigans going on. And they kind of kicked off the new plot line, it looks like, with the Tholians, and it revolves around the Taxutat, which is cool. I like the tie-in with the TNG. My favorite series by far was TNG, and that episode in particular with the Taxutat was very good. So yeah, good featured episode, everyone. So yeah, definitely log in, enjoy it, and thanks a lot for watching. I will be going through the rest of the Season 11 content here over the coming days. Hopefully a little more this weekend as well. I'll be going through the new, the rest of the new content, the new battle zone, taking another look at the queues. I want to do the ground queue as well, and see how that goes. But yeah, so far so good. I'm liking season 11, and yeah, let me know down in the comments below how you liked this episode, or if if you noticed anything interesting that I missed in my commentary. But that is all. Thanks a lot for watching, and that's it. Bye for now.